What am I working on?
Tricky questions first. Let's put some feelers out.
What happens when you try to teleport living things?
Not while we're eating. What are we waiting for? Let's do it. Am I different somehow?
Something went wrong. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Is this how it starts? Am I dying?
A SWAT team may be required. The Fly this evening on Central at 10:15.
You can work as hard as no one works as hard as ever worked as hard as as hard as right God. You can work as hard as try to work as hard as you can work as hard as hard as right God. It ain't possible. You can work as hard as cannot work as hard as never work as hard as hard as right God.
You can't work as hard as right guard with double protection.
Having a sore throat used to be a real pain in the neck, but now I have it kissed better with these fruity HALLS Soothers. Just allow one to dissolve slowly in your mouth. First the smooth eucalyptus gets to work before the gentle kiss of the real fruit liquid center. Have your sore throat kissed better with HALLS Soothers. I can't wait to try the cherry flavor.
Sun, sea, surf and danger. Glamorous lifeguarding this afternoon on Central at 5:10.
Good afternoon. The UN Security Council has voted for the Serb siege of Sarajevo to be lifted once and for all. The resolution, passed unanimously, also calls for the towns of Mostar, Maglaj and Vitez to come under UN protection. In Bosnia today, British and French helicopters have begun airlifting around 50 wounded Muslims from Mostar for treatment abroad. John Draper in London reports.
It was a traumatic experience for the beleaguered people of Mostar, being separated from loved ones as they prepared to be evacuated for medical treatment in countries across Europe. But the very fact that the evacuation's happening at all is evidence of the benefits of the new peace deal between Muslims and Croats in the area. The wounded and their relatives were taken by Spanish UN soldiers by lorry to waiting British helicopters to be flown to Italy. There were other signs of hope nearby as the UN tackles the physical damage like this destroyed bridge at Biella. UN engineers used speedboats to bring a pontoon bridge part upriver. It'll mean a key route for humanitarian aid being re-established to Mostar. Plans to give Mostar and other towns UN protection like Sarajevo by threatening airstrikes against gun emplacements were adopted at the UN last night, but the British ambassador warned of the difficulties still ahead.
The UN is already engaged in vital work on the ground, but huge problems remain to be overcome.
The reconstruction of Sarajevo is continuing during the first real peace for months, but UN officials are reporting today that aid convoys to the city and other areas are again being stopped by Serbs.
The Northern Ireland Secretary, Sir Patrick Mayhew, and his Irish counterpart, Dick Spring, have held talks in Dublin about the stalled Anglo-Irish peace initiative. Both men expressed their continuing faith in the peace process, but Sir Patrick stressed the importance of building up the momentum of negotiations gradually. A senior White House official is set to resign today over the Whitewater affair involving the financial dealings of President Clinton and his wife Hillary in Arkansas. An independent investigator has ordered 6 other presidential aides to testify on what they know. A White House spokeswoman said the president's staff would comply fully and promptly with the investigator's instruction. Charlotte Hume at ITN reports.
Bernard Nussbaum, White House lawyer, set to become the first political victim of the Whitewater affair. His resignation is said to be imminent. He's one of 6 of the president's senior staff ordered to appear before a grand jury investigating the Whitewater property deals. Here in Arkansas, Bill and Hillary Clinton invested in land, but the scheme collapsed and they're now linked to allegations of financial impropriety. The president says he's backing the investigation.
I have told again everybody in my staff to just bend over backwards to be as cooperative as possible. I want a full investigation. I want this thing to be done fully, clearly, and to be over with.
But the Republicans are milking the affair.
The president is right at the precipice that Richard Nixon crossed.
So what he needs to do right now is fire the people who caused the problem.
As with the Watergate scandal 20 years ago, it's allegations of an official cover-up rather than the original scandal that are threatening the White House.
Here, detectives searching the garden in Gloucester, where 3 bodies have been found, have been digging into the foundations of the house. Police have denied reports that they found a 4th body.
The search for body number 4 has switched to inside the house. Out of sight but clearly audible, a pneumatic drill pounds away at the concrete floor. Police are concentrating the search in the cellar area. This follows a day's scanning using imaging technology. This highly sensitive equipment allows them to see into walls and underneath floors. Shadows on the monitor revealing any object encased in bricks or concrete. Yesterday, police systematically stripped the house bare, ripping out its contents, giving them more room to work inside. Detectives who've already unearthed 3 bodies in the garden don't expect to find any more there. But shortly, they'll demolish a single-story extension at the back as piece by piece 25 Cromwell Street is torn apart. Steve Scott, ITN, Gloucester.
And that's the news so far. I'll be back with the latest news and sport at 20 to 5.
Hello, good afternoon. Well, I would keep the brolly handy over the next couple of days. The weather remains, generally speaking, unsettled. We have one a weak frontal system going south at the moment, carrying some cloud and outbreaks of rain. Brighter, showery weather behind for this afternoon. But as we go into tomorrow, yet more thick cloud and outbreaks of rain coming in across the north and west. Indeed, some quite heavy rain, I think, by about midday tomorrow. So for this afternoon, basically central and southern parts of England, up to about Yorkshire, grey, gloomy, the odd patch of drizzle here and there. Brighter weather behind, and we'll find that brighter, showery weather working its way steadily southeastwards across England and Wales as we go through the afternoon. But it'll be late on, I think, before that rain finally clears away from the southeast. The showers behind heavy, some sleet and snow on the Scottish mountains.
Good afternoon. The news is lunchtime from Central. A teenage girl is critically ill in hospital after a stolen car she was travelling in collided with a double-decker bus in Walsall. 2 passengers on the bus were slightly hurt. A 14-year-old boy believed to be driving the car is being questioned by police. A 16-year-old boy died when the car he was in crashed through a fence and careered down a railway embankment in Staffordshire. The Austin Metro failed to negotiate a sharp bend in Amington near Tamworth. A 17-year-old youth suffered spinal injuries. 2 teenage girls who were in the front of the car escaped with minor injuries. A 10-year-old boy is seriously ill in hospital after falling 30 feet from a factory roof. The boy was playing with 3 friends at the Hazelwoods food factory in Derby. Police say he suffered head, arm and shoulder injuries after falling through a skylight onto a concrete floor. Police believe a woman found strangled in Leicestershire may have had dinner with her killer hours before she was murdered. The landlord of the Royal Oak in Bitterswell said a woman fitting her description had a meal there with a man on Wednesday night. The victim's naked body was later found on a grass verge near the pub. Police have issued an artist's impression of the dead woman who has yet to be identified. A protest march has taken place against plans for a bail hostel in Stoke-on-Trent. The City Council refused planning permission for the hostel in Shelton, but the decision was overturned by the government. Local people are concerned it will be built opposite a nursery school. And that's it. We'll be back just before 5 o'clock. Join us then if you can. Bye-bye for now.
Central Weather, sponsored by Legal & General.
Hi there, not too bad an afternoon to look forward to. Clearer skies over the bulk of the region with the thicker cloud and bits of rain clearing down to the southeast quite quickly now. So there'll be some sunny spells about and just the odd shower dotted around. A brisk wind out there, but quite mild. Temperatures up to 50 Fahrenheit. A touch of frost tonight, though, as temperatures get down to around freezing, and it's another breezy night. Enjoy the afternoon, though. Bye-bye.
Inspector Morse, probing the darkest side of the human mind.
He was bound and gagged, Morse. He was murdered.
Have you seen these before? You're lying. What do we have to believe, Mr. Brewster?
But why should I kill him? Matthew and I were planning to marry.
You don't like this, do you? No.
Never judge a book by its cover. A maxim for Inspector Morse. Saturday drama on Central.